Hello and welcome back to another episode of CrossFit Harrow podcast. Today we have episode number 60 and we are welcomed by Romana. Hello.
Hello.
You
Thank you for
okay?
having me. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Romana's been with us since July last year, yeah?
Something like that, yeah.
Around lockdown time.
Yeah, just when the lockdown finished, actually,
Yeah.
the first one. Yeah.
The summer, the heat wave. First question that always goes out. Why CrossFit Harrow? What brought you to CrossFit Harrow?
Well, I would say boredom in the lockdown. So a lot of Netflix binging. So I came across the Redeemed and the Dominant.
Okay, on Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix, yeah. And I was like, I want to do this. I really want to do this. And I started looking for CrossFit around, and because I live around as well, I came across you. And yeah, and I think after 2 days after that, I gave you a phone call, and yeah, I started straight away.
The documentary give you the inspiration to be like, right, this is something that maybe I might like.
I might like, exactly, yes,
Yeah.
because I've been doing gym on and off pretty much for 5 years now. And the reason why on and off is because I didn't find anything what would really like inspire me or give me the constant motivation to keep coming, keep going.
Yeah.
And I knew that you doing classes as well, and I thought that it could be kind of like a better environment for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember much of the documentary? Do you remember like watching it and being like, yeah, I want to feel that, like I want to do that workout and feel like that? Did it intimidate you at all? Was it anything like, no, I'm not sure?
No, it didn't, but I think it should have.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I saw muscle ups.
Okay.
First of all, I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. And it didn't intimidate me, but once I started going to classes and actually like feeling how much you need to put in and what is behind actually all those people, what they do in there, that's
good. The reason I asked that is because sometimes people watch the documentaries and they're like, I could never do that, or shit, like fuck, like I'm scared or anything. But that's good. You kind of jumped.
Kind of like, yeah.
In terms of like fitness and stuff in the past, you said 5 years has been like where you started your fitness journey.
Yes.
Growing up, was you around fitness, not around fitness? Was it a big part of
I
your
was
life?
always around sports. My parents, they thought that's everything. I can literally, from swimming to ice skating, normal skating, anything, tennis, volleyball, basketball, we always did with parents.
And did you grow up here?
No, in Czech Republic.
Okay, Czech Republic.
And then I used to play handball
Okay.
for 10 years almost, since 6 till 16 probably. So yeah, it was always a big part of my life.
And
Sports
handball
all
was
the
probably
time.
what took up a lot of your time and passion, or was it just like a hobby?
No. Well, we had trainings, I think 3 times a week, and every
Okay.
single weekend we had a match either in the town or outside the town.
Was it competitive?
It was competitive. Yeah. I can say I was quite good at it as well. Got an offer, I think, once to go to different town because my town was really small, and back then the handball wasn't as good as it was before. So I think I got the opportunity to play in Prague, which was one of the best teams, but I declined.
Is handball quite big out in
It
Czech?
is, yeah, it is. I think third, fourth favorite sport back there.
So there's like competitive league and
Yes,
promotions, relegations.
yes, a lot.
So handball, what age did you finish that? Where were we?
I think I was 16.
Okay.
When the teenage age properly hit, and when
Did you drop sports then?
yes, completely.
Yeah, completely.
And then when all the trouble and everything started.
As a teenager.
As a teenager, late teenager.
Yeah, late teenager. Yeah, a little bit of a wiser teenager than a few. So, completely dropped sport. Was that that must have been quite a sudden change?
Well,
Or it wasn't a priority.
I didn't really, because my mom, she didn't have to force me. I think the last 2 years she had to kind of because I wanted to be out with my friends, the boys, and everyone. So the last 2 years probably, but until then I really liked it. It was good. We had a great team. The girls, we were all friends, since little. So that wasn't an issue. But then...
Well, it's a team sport, right?
Yes, exactly. But then my sister, actually, she's older than me, and she started working part-time at the bar. So she was like, "Oh, I met this person, I met that person,"
And that became your
like
hangout
come
place.
and come and come. And because she was working there, I know I was a bit underage, but they'll always let me in. So that's how it started. And
Okay. And
and then up until 5 years ago or 6, it carried on.
and fitness then was
And
reintroduced.
I literally dropped everything.
Like, but what was the turning point? You know, obviously, sport being a big part of your childhood life, and then as you're going into your late teens, early 20s, it wasn't so much. What was like the point where like, right, I now want to go back to that. I miss that.
It was because I was always doing sports. I never really had to look after what I eat. So I ate everything. I don't know if you know anything about Czech cuisine. It's quite rich on dumplings and roasted meats and a lot of sauces based on flour, and all this like kind of heavy stuff. And I never had to say no to it because I was always sporty, so no problem. And as I stopped, I still carried on eating the same way. So obviously I put weight on a lot. Arguments with my mom all over, look at yourself, you shouldn't be looking like this and all this. And when you hear it from someone, you don't, especially like mom, parents, didn't really pay attention to it. I was like, whatever.
But if you hear it from like friends or other people, like people that you might not know, it hurts a little bit.
It hurt as hell. Like you can't even, I still struggle sometimes, The same people, they were telling me, look at yourself, they are now coming back. Oh, great progress, you look amazing or whatever. And so I was sitting, actually, the turning point was I was sitting outside my house back here in London, here in London already. And I was actually enjoying beer as every single day. And I was like, I can't be like this forever. It's just not, I can't. So I took my card, I found the first gym actually, what was around, I signed up, and next day I was there. I looked at the board of the personal trainers there because I'm training by myself back then.
Okay,
no.
so you as soon as you went in there, you looked for guidance straight away?
Yes, definitely. I can't train by myself. I think I started being confident since I started coming here, so now it's a bit better. So I looked at the first personal trainer who was like, okay, he might know something, and I went straight to him, and I started. Yeah. Didn't know it was a big mistake though, choosing exactly that person. I'm sorry.
So what age were you when you moved over, or were you back and forth from Czech to London, or did you was there?
So I first moved here 2014.
Okay.
How
old were you then?
22.
Okay, so still quite young.
Yeah, 22. Still, and then I moved back for half a year.
Okay.
And then it didn't work out there for me, so I came back to London.
So, you came here to just explore different, as a young 21, 22-year-old, just travel essentially, or see what London was like.
I came here to learn English. Originally, I came for half a year.
For
a year.
Oh, right, so that was the main purpose, to come to learn English?
Yeah, just to learn English. We used to be an au pair back then.
Okay.
So I looked after kids. It lasted half a year. I couldn't stand it.
When you were here, or when you were...
No, when I was here. So I changed 2 families, 3 months in each family, and then I was
Quite
like,
a tough job though, isn't it?
It is.
Very demanding.
It is, yeah, especially when more than looking after kids, you do cleaning and all this kind of stuff, which I think the au pair program, as it was before, it's not that anymore.
I don't know much about it, but I would imagine that now it's probably been, the wheel's been reinvented a little bit.
You go with the purpose to look after kids and teach them something, and just be with the family and spend the time with them. But a lot of families these days, they kind of use you as a cleaner as well, to save some money. So when the kids are at school, you have jobs to do. Some families are good. They tell you, okay, clean after the breakfast, clean your room.
Just your responsibilities within that role.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's your free time, But some people, they want you to actually clean the windows as well and things like that. It's just...
So came here to learn English, worked as an au pair for a little while, and then moved back home. You didn't enjoy it here anymore, or?
Actually, I stayed here for another 2 years.
Okay.
I was working in restaurants all over. That was back then Southeast London, actually outside of London. And then for the last half year, I moved into London, actually. kind of like central London. And then I didn't enjoy London anymore.
Really?
No.
What changed?
I got homesick.
Okay.
I got very homesick.
Because you were still, what, you must have been, what, 23?
25,
25.
I think. 24, something like that.
Of course, you said, yeah.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, 22, 2.5 years. So I got homesick. I was missing my family so much. And so I moved.
Okay.
Yeah, but I made a mistake. I moved back to Prague, where I'm not from. My family wasn't there at all. And I got home. I was able to see my family maybe once every 2 months.
How far from Prague is your family?
It's 200 kilometers, which is 2.5 hours drive. But first of all, I'm not driving. And second, my schedule, being a waitress, weekends you work in. Uncompromised,
So it's always the busiest times generally, isn't it?
Yeah, so I didn't see my family. And plus, I didn't like Prague whatsoever. It's just...
I've been to Prague once, actually.
Oh, it's amazing when someone go there and enjoy the time.
I went on a stag do.
Yes.
Prague has like different zones, doesn't it?
Does it?
Well, I don't know. I thought so.
No,
Zone,
I don't think so.
I think the city centre is like zone 1.
Don't think they
And it was like
separated into zones.
Oh.
But you've got the centre.
Maybe it was just a map that I was
And then,
reading.
yeah, maybe. And then you have the suburbs, I think.
Oh, okay,
That's how small
fine.
Prague is.
Misread. I thought it was like zone, not like, well, it might be through transport, but it was like zone 1, zone 2, and then backed out. So, okay, maybe not.
I don't think so.
But no, I did go there once actually. Okay, so missing the family and waitress, because you were doing that here or in Prague?
Yeah, even in Prague, yeah. So I'm like, what's the point of me being here? Plus,
did you originally get into that because you wanted to, your love for food, you wanted to be in the like in that environment, or was it because at the time you thought, well, I needed a part-time job, and like you just kind of, was that, yeah? Yeah,
kind of like, because I started working in a restaurant since I was 15 as my part-time job, summer job during my studies, and I kind of like stuck with it. At the beginning, now I'm at the point where I took it more like as a passion, and I absolutely love my job. I'm not
now,
at the moment, yes, because I've got into a great restaurant, amazing place, where we have amazing customers. The team is beautiful. My bosses are absolutely amazing, and the food is just completely different quality.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we should name drop some, but it's a very big, very well-known chef.
Yes,
yeah.
She is.
I think people underestimate, it's not easy being a waitress or waiter, like especially at those restaurants, at top end restaurants.
Yeah,
it's a service industry, right? So it's very front facing. It's very demanding.
It is, absolutely.
High expectations.
Absolutely, definitely. I would say that's more mental than physical. I used to work in a restaurant when it was purely physical. You just take customers as a number and get the food.
Just kitchen
go.
Back and forth.
Yeah, just eat, go, eat, go, eat, go. Now we really need to connect with the customers.
Yeah.
We really need to.
It's about experience.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. We want to give them what, first of all, they pay for.
Yeah,
obviously, the prices are not cheap, and what they come to experience with us. So we need to connect with them a bit more.
But obviously, like through lockdown.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now open from today, or
today we opened. Yes.
Indoors. Well, is there an outdoor facility?
No, not for us. No.
So today essentially is today's Tuesday. Yesterday, even was the day to reopen.
I think today indoors, 17th. From today.
Okay. I've lost my days of the week.
No, it's okay.
Let's go with it. And I would imagine that it's going to be. There's a lot of changes, right, in restaurants?
I think we still run the same 1 meter space or 1+.
Because you were doing that before
face
you went
masks,
to lockdown.
yes.
Talking to you about it.
Yeah, so I think we are half of the capacity at the moment still.
And you're having to wear face masks too.
And we have to wear face masks, and all this kind of stuff, which is a bit easier, but still the same.
See, I find that quite difficult because working in the service industry, very like customer facing, it's very hard to engage with someone when you can't lip read.
Yes, it is.
And you just talk through your eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm not Prime Minister, so I can't make those calls. Just saying.
Well,
maybe one day.
Well, yeah.
One day. Okay, so then you decide to come back to London.
Yes.
Okay. And in that time, so obviously during this time, this is still where the gym's kind of not a big part of your life, right? At that stage, or have you just started getting back?
It was actually.
Okay,
it was.
You started getting back into that.
I was in Czech Republic again. Because Prague just consumed me. Just I don't know what happened there. I didn't do anything for the half a year. Again, back weight on. And back at the beginning when I came back to London.
So did you find that weight-wise was going up and down?
Yes, all the time.
Did you find mood and emotions were going up and down?
Yes, everything. Again, I could see the people, and it was just. So I came back to London, back to gym, back on it. It was okay, all good, but I still didn't find that something that. No one really introduced me to weightlifting back then.
See, I find it fascinating that when, like, obviously. When I do these podcasts and there's a female on that they specifically talk about their love for weightlifting, where in the industry itself it's deemed as so negative, but every lady that I've spoken to so far absolutely loves weightlifting.
I don't know if I can say that. It's sexy for us girls having that power to lift that heavy barbell.
Yeah.
And it's just make it move, It's just at least my feeling. And
I don't
it's just that the feeling, the having the power, and it's good.
Control
it's
that
really
part.
good. Yeah, it's really good feeling.
It's a very good, I think, boosting confidence for a lot of ladies.
Yes, definitely.
Who maybe have had like personal battles with weight training or gym. I think it's a very good confidence boost for a lot of ladies.
Yeah.
So then refound the love for training.
Well, not really love.
Okay.
Still not there yet.
You're still not there yet?
No. I think I did it because I had to, because I knew that if I'm not gonna do gym or anything, I will just...
See, that's another funny concept, that people just do things because they have to.
Yes.
I'm assuming now you're in a position that you do this because you love doing it. When did that... Am I right? It's in training. You train because
at the moment, yes. Yes.
So when did that flip where you were like, right, I don't have to do this because I have to. I don't have to do this because I have to. I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it.
I think when I started to be happy with myself, with my body, and with where my mind is, and with everything. Yes, that's where it was like. Now I do it because I just want to go there, and I want to, especially here, want to enjoy the community.
Yeah.
I absolutely love every single training we have here, and it's just there is no discussion.
You've definitely had some tasteful, hard workouts over the last probably 12 months soon.
Yes, almost 12 months. Yeah.
That's just flown.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, I cut you there. I was just talking with the how fascinating it is when people flip things, when they do have to want to do it, and then happens. So before that. Still not found the love for it. We're getting back through the motions of training, managing work, or trying to manage the two.
It's hard, especially in hospitality. I'm not saying any other job is not, but in hospitality, as you know, we have long hours. Like there is no 12 hours. We have 14 plus sometimes. When it's half shift, fine, it's more manageable, but...
And you find you're on your feet all day?
Yes, you are on your feet all day. We have breaks.
Is that designated time out, like you're out of the room, like out in the environment?
No, we don't really. Like we have a staff room there, which is great, but you're still there, and your head is going. You know, in an hour you need to be back in service. You kind of know what to expect, so you're still like thinking about it. You never really go out.
It's hard, right? Because if you've had a shit day and you don't feel like talking to people, you still have to put that on.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
There is no. I think we are like a little actors, We need to get ourselves into the role, whether we like it or not that day, and we just need to carry on, But I'm lucky enough, especially now at the place where I'm now, where we have absolutely amazing customers, and they just like make you love it. And maybe first 2 tables you're just like okay, let's do this, and then just be there, and then just you carry on the service for the rest of the night.
That's good.
Well, it's fine.
Okay, so with training and the last the last year, especially for someone, because like you, I think the guys I've spoken to in the past, they've, you know, generally been in work and kept working throughout, but in your industry, it hasn't. Or some part of the industry has, but in your specific role, it hasn't. How have you found not working, but trying to stay because obviously that takes a big chunk of your day, right?
It does. Well, the first lockdown was, I had to find something. Unlucky at the end of the lockdown, I found you. Lucky, unlucky. So it was the end of lockdown, but still. And we were actually closed up until the September back then. So I had 2 full months that I could focus on myself, on CrossFit, on whatever I wanted to achieve, and just like enjoy the process, the beginning and everything. So it was good. The second lockdown was short. I think it was the mini one, 3 weeks. It was short. I was still coming here. And the last one was the worst though. It was...
Well, technically we're still in it. Technically,
yeah.
And it's still hard, even though we're able to do things and go out and do this and do that, but it's still challenging.
I think more they make it easier than lockdown, then it's like easier to actually like be back on track. For me, I need to have a routine, definitely. I need to have that day when I go to work, come from work, you know, then I have half shift. So, okay, I know I can go training in the morning, then I have quick shower at home, you know, back to work or things like that. But if I don't have that routine, and when gyms are closed as well, it's just
because it would have been
so hard.
You had 2 months of like a free schedule, technically.
Yeah.
Where you invested so much in yourself, physically, mentally, and everything else. Then going back to work, that whole schedule has changed where you can't spend so much time on those things.
Yes.
You know, even for the sake of like what you're going to eat, you know, or being able to prepare fresh food every day.
Yes.
That's a big change for a lot of people. It's hard.
It is. It took me good 3 weeks to adapt to it. I started doing actually the 7 a.m. classes, which would be no go for me before. I'm not a morning person, let alone working out before work. So
which is very hard.
It was really hard to get used to this, and obviously meal prepping had to start. So I was cooking twice a week only. Was taking the food with me to work actually to stay on the top of the nutrition. They cook amazing for us, the staff food as well, but most of the dishes are not as nutritious as I would love them to be.
Yeah. And well, they've got to fit your goals, your needs. That you're not going to get in the shape that you feel happy at most by having free food. Exactly.
So, and then not a funny thing, but after every meal at work, people are just, I want to sleep. You know, I'm just tired. I ate my food, and I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Got energy.
You know, I'll got energy, and I could see the difference. And then I was like, okay, I'm doing something right, actually.
Yeah. So have you stayed on top of that? Ish.
Yeah. The second lockdown, as I said, this one, the long one, it just again consumed me and kind of like put me down. I've got into some weird mental place where I just kind of like give up on everything. It was after the CrossFit Open. I was like, okay, I've done my part, and now I'm just like, you know, and I didn't have any purpose back then, like nothing. Everything was closed. Gyms at home, back in Czech Republic, because I was on holiday for 2.5 months. So gyms there were closed. It was just hard. Plus, another thing, what I found out, it's really hard to get the same food sources back home in Czech Republic and here.
Well, the diet's quite different, right?
It is. They have no, like, let's say, lean beef meat, which I'm kind of like dependent on a lot, or smoked salmon. The price is there. It's unbelievable. I don't understand. Like, whatever I buy here, the food, for a certain amount of money, I pay double in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And probably harder to get hold of as well.
Yes. How people can get like healthy there, you know? I don't know. Like, I was scared to buy avocado.
Well, avocados aren't cheap anyway.
No. Well, here, yes. Comparing to, It was just, I struggled there a lot. It took me a while to actually like get into some recipes or modify the recipes to make them healthy and affordable.
There's a lot of changes, different country, different routine, different
Yes.
times? Is it different time zone? But
No,
an hour.
an hour.
Yeah, an hour. Well, still.
I'm not jet lagged when I come here.
Well, no, but getting up an hour early every day can affect. Maybe not you, but can affect some people. But some people
Okay.
find it hard.
Really?
Yeah, getting up an hour early every day.
Okay.
If you're already getting up at like 5,
Yeah, well, yeah, then 4.
4 is basically
not
the
really-
same the night
yeah.
before. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So managing that would have been. It's taken its toll.
It
Right.
did, yeah.
A lot of the stuff. A lot going on. A lot of changes.
There was, yes, and
You said you went into a dark place.
I went, yes. Again, I felt like I'm again 20, 22 without any purpose, without anything. I was just like, what now? And it kind of like, and I was just sitting at home every single day. I was supposed to do my study as well. I didn't do it. I didn't
What
train.
were you studying?
Well, I do my PT course, level 2 or 3. So I didn't do anything. And I stayed there up until last month, I think. And I was like, again, it can't be like this, I kind of like struggled in the past with my mental state in general. There was one part of my life when I got into depression, and I'm like, I can't go there ever again. It's just, something needs to change, something. So I went for a quick run, or just 2 kilometers, around the block, whatever, or I don't know, just practice my double unders or whatever, anything to give me this little.
Did you seek help? Have you outsourced help? Have you have you spoke about it?
I did, yes. Not back then when I was in depression. It kind of like passed by itself. But in general, to keep myself and my mind healthy, I did find a help. I do kind of like I visit a woman. She works with pendulum, so she's more spiritually based, and she's like trying to find out what are the blocks in my head that make me act certain ways. She's trying to like clean me. It's like a cleaning process of the body and the head and everything, which helps a lot. So I go my own way.
Yeah,
I
I mean, look, you're on your own journey, finding out a lot about yourself. It's a good way to do it.
And obviously reading a lot of books about spirituality in general.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like my thing. I found out that people really react to it a bit like, you weirdo.
Well,
So then I don't say it really often to anyone. It's just.
I think that, first of all, like you've identified that like there's an issue.
Yeah.
And then the second thing, you've outsourced to gain help. I don't think there's a right or wrong way of getting that method.
Yes.
You've just got, you'll learn that as you do them. If
Exactly.
it doesn't work, that's obviously it's wrong. It's not worked for you, but it doesn't mean it's wrong for someone else.
For someone else. Some people are just pragmatics, some people are pragmatics, so they seek,
just
if
a no.
they either don't talk about it or they go to see psychologists, and some people are more like, as I said, spiritual way, and they go to see alternative ways how to deal with it. And I actually found out I'm not the only one in this box, so I was really happy. I had a little conversation with someone from this box, and we linked, I got the recommendation and book and this and that. I was really happy.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Really positive. So have you faced like any, going in and out of fitness for a little period of time, suffering as you have, anything that has caused you, nervousness or anxiety, like walking back through the gym doors or walking into work or whatever it might have been?
I was scared to come back after the lockdown, like about 2 weeks ago, because I knew I would be super weak. I knew I won't be anywhere near my numbers I had before. I put the weight on as well, so it was like kind of like, it was my thing. I knew that you are not gonna say a thing, you're not gonna think a thing about it. It was just that I felt like I failed you more than me, because you put so much into us, I know it's, at the end of the day, it's up to us.
Yeah, it's very
But I
interesting.
felt like I failed you, so I was like, oh my God, that's hard. But I knew I wanted to come. There would be no way for me to don't come at all here.
That's very interesting
Yeah.
that you say that.
Yeah, my head goes in a different way sometimes.
It's very interesting. No, you know, have you ever suffered, coming out of depression or and passing and stuff and having these changes in life? Have you ever felt that like you've been very anxious, minus this lockdown, just in general? Has that been a big part, or that might not have been a big part of your life where you find that you're anxious about things? Is it something that you've suffered from or not?
I still have anxious attacks sometimes. Anxiety attacks me from nowhere. Sometimes I'm just like, I feel like I have a heart attack, you know, and it comes and goes any day. Sometimes it doesn't show for half a year. Sometimes it doesn't show for a month.
And is that from the pressure of like life? Is that from your own expectations on you through the gym or your nutrition or like things like that?
I wish I know. That's why I took the journey I took, that I might actually find a solution to it. But it comes and goes. It's okay. I know, and now I know that I don't need to be afraid of it. I don't need to be scared. It comes and goes. That's it.
Yeah.
Just deal with it this way. I'm aware of it. It's fine. But before I was about to call ambulance every single time, literally.
Okay.
But saying that, being here helped me a lot. Like, I think I had it like once since I started actually CrossFit. So it's good.
So it's CrossFit is, you know, it could have been any CrossFit gym.
Any exercise, yes.
It's helped you
Yeah.
come over that.
Yeah, definitely. So it's important to keep this being active, do something, you know, for yourself, for your good.
You know, before this whole lockdown situation, I think people that were really into fitness used to be almost called like fitness freaks or obsessive or things like that. Then it got taken away from everyone, regardless of whether you went to the gym or not. And I think everyone realised how important actually physical fitness was, even if they were gym goers and active gym goers. And there were people that maybe didn't even have gym memberships or never stepped foot in a gym that were actively going for exercise.
Yes.
Because it was taken away from everyone. So I think that's quite interesting to have that view. What are the plans? What are your goals? What are you getting out in the next like 6 months, 3 months, 12 months? What's in your head?
So, well, you know that already.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the country.
We are leaving. You are leaving
in a
us
month.
shortly.
I think I have the last month or 3 weeks here. So I'm gonna be leaving, moving back to Czech Republic for good now, I guess.
Your heart is in Czech Republic.
And my heart is in Czech Republic. My family is there. Everyone is there. And you inspired me that much over here that I might actually, my plans are to open my own CrossFit back there.
Amazing.
In Czech Republic. Yeah, I found out there is nothing really like that around in my town. Definitely not. There are a few gyms there. Some are specialized, some not.
And there's a gap in the market.
And there is a gap in the market, yes. So, but saying that, there is a lot of work behind it, like a lot of work behind it.
There definitely
Not only on myself, but...
It's definitely more work. It's not easy.
Yes. No, it won't be.
Yeah.
And listening to the podcast with you and Shri actually opened my eyes a lot as well.
Okay.
Obviously, you two business owners, you know, it will be a lot. I know that, but I know I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might need some help from friends out there who might direct me somewhere a little bit, but I'm really curious how that's gonna go.
It's a very exciting time for you.
Yes, it will be.
I remember starting this. It was very exciting. It's very stressful, but in the sense that it's very exciting at the same time. Like it's a very happy time. It might not feel like it, but it is.
Yeah, I believe it will be. There is one. I'm not saying I'm not able to do it. It's just for someone who is like on and off constantly, you know. I'm not anymore, but I was worried that it will be one of the cases, you know.
Yeah,
that it will pass. But this one can pass, you know.
But you've got to do it to find out.
Exactly.
You're not going to find out by not doing it. But no, that's very exciting. So maybe some of the guys might go and visit.
Well, you're going to be the first one. I'm going to invite you. Come and check it out.
I'll be there. Romana, we've run out of time. But
Okay.
Absolutely amazing to have you.
Thank you for having
sharing
me
your
again.
story. And guys, we'll see you again next week.